It's November, so let's have a look at what English light novels are coming out between the 1st and the 30th of the month. First up is Seven Seas, and on the 5th of November, we have The Villainess and the Demon Knight Volume 1. On the 12th of November, we have The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. Secret Love Story. This is a spin-off to the hit manga that had an anime not so long ago. While I've not yet seen the series myself, I'm sure this is going to be much like many spin-off light novels where all of your favourite characters show up and all of the girls have a bit of shenanigans. Is that the right word? Shenanigans? It's the word we're going to use. Next up on the 12th of November, we have Reincarnated as a Dragon Hatchling Volume 8. But not only that, we have Reincarnated as a Sword Volume 15. Volume 15 for that one already. Wow, where does the time go? On the 19th of November, we have Survival in Another World with My Mistress Volume 7. If I'm honest, I thought this one was cancelled, so it's very nice to see another volume of this one coming out. And we also have Too Many Losing Heroines Volume 2. I'm going to be honest, I was surprised to see Seven Seas have this one. It's been rather popular and I actually just assumed Yen Press had it ages ago and we were on like volume 20 or something. But hey, if you want to play catch up and pick up the physical edition, Seven Seas have you covered on the 19th. Also on the 19th, we have Lorna Life in Another World Volume 10, Volume 9 of The Case Files of Jeweler Richard, and Volume 3 of The Condemned Villainess Goes Back in Time and Aims to Become the Ultimate Villain. Yep. Towards the end of the month, on the 26th of November, we have the final two titles from Seven Seas, and that is Mushoku Tensei Redundant Reincarnation. For those of you unaware, this is a side story collection that takes place after the main story of Mushoku Tensei. So if you love that series, you are probably going to want to check this one out. We also have Volume 7 of Sword of the Demon Hunter Kijin Gentoucho. I don't know if I've pronounced that one right, but hey, Volume 7 of it is out, and if you love that one, you're probably going to want to check it out. Yen Press is next, and again, this is their physical releases. Most, if not all of these, will have side-by-side releases digitally, should you want that option instead. First up, on the 5th of November, we have Volume 4 of I May Be a Guild Receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. A very, very fun title. 19th of November, we have Volume 3 of Classroom for Heroes, Volume 4 of Days with My Stepsister, and we have a standalone title, Festival of Heresis. Now, there's a reason why Amy Shimamoto can't find a job. For as long as she can remember, she's been unable to tell the living from the dead. Resigned to yet another failure, she attends an interview with Marima Foods, only to find herself strangely attracted to its young president and more determined than ever to get the position. Meanwhile, Amy's brother senses that there is more going on with his sister than meets the eye, and he pays a certain visit to a certain agency that matters in the world of supernatural. Honestly, I'm looking forward to checking this one out. It sounds quite interesting. A little bit of something a little bit different, something a little bit more spooky. Could have done well in October, I feel. We also have I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level, Volume 15. And another one that looks like another standalone one. In a world of lies, I fell into an unforgettable love. In his second year of high school, Makoto Tsukishima learns he only has 12 months left to live. Just as he decides to give up on confessing his feelings to the girl he likes, she invites him to join the film club. Soon, the two grow closer and begin to feel a connection. But time is running out for Makoto. Conflicted, yet determined to spare her the truth, it's time for him to put a certain plan into action. A story of hope connecting the past and future from the author of Even If This Love Disappears Tonight. I'm going to assume this is going to be Yen Press's hardback cover release for this month, and honestly, it's one that I'm going to be picking up no matter what. It sounds just perfect. It sounds like exactly what I want. I will give you a full review once I do check that one out. We also have Ishura Volume 8, Liar Liar Volume 5, Sugar Apple Fairy Tail Volume 7 for all of those fans of that one. I know that one's a really popular one. Contract Between a Spectre and a Servant Volume 3. We also have Volume 2 of Trials of Chiyodaku, Running a Supreme Court of Another World with My Sister. I heard this one was absolutely ridiculous. I haven't had a chance to check out Volume 1, but I heard it's like an ecchi Phoenix Wright Isekai title. We also have Volume 3 of The Unimplemented Overlords. We also have Volume 3, again, of You Are My Regret. Also, coming on this day, we have from Yen Press's Junior Division, we have Volume 5 of Horror Collector and Volume 4 of Phantom Thief Red. Both excellent titles for the younger demographic. On the 26th of November, we have Astria Record Volume 3. We have Data Live Volume 13. We have ReZero Volume 26. The last one I read of ReZero was Volume 18. I'm well behind. We have Volume 8 of Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady. And finally, on the 29th of November, we go back to a classic series with the digital release of The Theatre of Haruhi Suzumiya. Now, as of writing, there is no physical version of this one being announced, but I'd expect it down the line. It's Haruhi, all of the rest have physical volumes. It's going to happen. This, however, is day one alongside Japan, so if your life has been missing some Haruhi, you'll be happy for more. This one is going to be my pick of the month. It's Haruhi. You can't not be excited for a new Haruhi volume. Now, before we go any further, I've got a little request for you guys. If you like what you are hearing, please support the channel by giving me a like and consider subscribing. It's absolutely free and it's a heap of help, and I just want to know from you guys what you have been picking up physically and digitally this month. So let me know in the comments what you guys have been buying. Alright, it's time for G-Novel Club's physical releases. Now, all of these are released digitally. They're just getting put out physically a few months later. Well, or maybe years later in case of some of these. First up, we have the big one. The big one for this month. Ascendance of a Bookworm, Part 5, Volume 6. Now, if I'm honest, G-Novel Club seem to be really wrapping up the releases for these. I've yet to read Volume 4 and 5 of this art. They're sitting off in the corner on my to-read pile, giving off a very threatening aura at this point. On the 19th of November, we have Hellmud Volume 6. We also have My Instant Death Ability is So Overpowered, No One in This Other World Stands a Chance Against Me, Volume 6. And Volume 4 of Reborn to Master of the Blade, From Hero King to Extraordinary Squire. I'm going to be honest, a lot of these G-Novel Club titles have long titles and scare me quite a little bit. Now it's time for G-Novel Club's digital releases. Now, and this list has been lifted from Bookwalker. As always, you can buy these and pretty much all of the physical titles I've spoken about today via Bookwalker. However, you can also buy them from the publishers directly, should you wish. You've always got that little bit of an option. However, these are all following digital-only titles. I can't promise they'll ever get a physical, but they might. So it's up to you if you want to check them out now. First up, we have Volume 26 of Record of War Tenure War on the 1st of November. But not only that, we also have Volume 2 of The Fake Hero Crashes the Party and Volume 18 of The Real Work Is Never Done. The 4th of November brings us from Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. My hotshot disciples are all grown up now and they won't leave me alone, Volume 4. Try saying that 3 times in a minute. 6th of November gives us The Death of the Skeleton Swordsman, Dominating as a Cursed Saint, Volume 2. 8th of November rolls around and are you ready for more? Well, good, because we've got both the Otome Heroines Fight for Survival, Volume 3 and Dakeshi ya Yahagi Setting Up Sweet Shop in Another World, Volume 2. Not gonna lie, a Sweet Shop Isekai sounds quite intriguing. I might have to pick that one up on genuine curiosity. November 11th, and we have quite a big release for Ascendance of a Bookworm Fan Book 5. I've never actually picked up any of the fan books. Never ever see them to buy. Are they worth picking up? Let me know. November 13th brings us a surprisingly happy engagement for the Slime Duke and the Fallen Noble Lady Volume 3, and also The Hero and the Sage Reincarnated and Engaged Volume 2. And not long after, on the 15th of November, we have the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in Another World Volume 2. On the 18th, we have From 2-Bit Baddie to Total Heartthrob. This villainess will cross-dress to impress Volume 2. The titles just sound just ridiculous these days. November 20th, we have Buta Buta, the story of a man turned into a pig. 5th Bite. That's the 5th volume for those unaware. They've just called it something a little bit more flavourful because fun. On November the 21st, we have Peddler in Another World. I can go back to my world whenever I want, Volume 9. And what's this? A new title? That's right, we also have Dimension Wave Volume 1. A little synopsis here. As soon as he logs into Dimension Wave, our hero finds he is now a girl named Kizuna Star Exceed, a prank by his sisters. But Kizuna won't let it get to him, opting to enjoy his new life fishing and spending time with his quirky companions. Is this the fishing isekai? Have we finally got to the point where we are getting the fishing minigame as an actual isekai? Please let it be this one. November 22nd gives us the trio of Haibara Teenage New Game Volume 7, a series that constantly comes up recommended. Is it worth reading? Let me know. We also have Zilbagias the Demon Prince, How the Seventh Prince Brought Down the Kingdom Volume 3, and From Desktop to Death Beam in Another World with My Almighty Lasers Volume 2 to round the D out. November 23rd, and we have a single title in I'm a Noble on the Brink of Ruin, so I might as well try Master and Magic Volume 4. But on the 25th, we have Lady Bumpkin and Her Lord Villain Volume 1. Ridiculed for her outdated outfits, Agnes Eventeel has been a pariah among her high society peers for as long as she can remember. Then she meets Nasal Bart Flores Cruz, and the two are soon bound together in the most unlikely turn of events. On November 27th, we have Black Summoner Volume 19. That's up to 19 already. Wow. Management of a Novice Alchemist Volume 3, and Heavenly Swords of the Twin Stars Volume 4. Finally, we end the month on November 30th with Volume 7 of I Parry Everything. What do you mean I'm the strongest? I'm not even an adventurer yet. And finally, we have Hachama the light novel with How I Became King by Eating Monsters Volume 1. Yeah, this one very much sounds like another series about eating monsters, doesn't it? Like a certain other dungeon crawling monster eating series. Might be worth a look.